Hello and welcome to the video review for the made-in 5-ply 4-quart, I believe brushed stainless steel Dutch oven made in Italy by Rondeau. Now we're going to start with the weight on this thing, and as can be seen, take the lid off because I believe it's more important to get the weight without the lid, honestly. Let's see if we can see that, and that's 1,521 grams. Now, I don't have anything really good to compare this with today. My Dutch ovens are of a much different size. So, if we getting shot, all the Dutch ovens I have, we have a 6-quart, a 5-quart, and then there's this fixed 4-quart. So, and the shapes aren't quite right, so I really don't have a good comparison on hand. And I looked up, and honestly, I did not find a good shape from all Clad, especially in the D5 category, to compare this to. Alright, so normally what I would do is do a performance test, comparing it to one of the other Dutch ovens I have. However, as I said, this is a 4-quart, and all I have to compare it with is the 5 and the 6, and those are both tri-ply. This is a 5-ply. Best comparison would be the D5 from all Clad. However, they don't have a good shape for this. So all we're going to really look at right now is I would normally be using my thermal gun. It is feeling a little ill today, so we're going to be going to just do some spot testing around. And what I'm looking for is to see how evenly it's heating. And it is when you get out to the outer edge from the inner edge, from the center, there's a little variation. See how well we're centered, not too bad. But overall, and you do expect that wherever your flame is, but you do want to see a relatively even heating. So this is 142 at the edge right now. 141 at the edge, 146 at the center, sorry. Now it's, we got 150 at the center. Also 150 at the edge. So, one of the things we've seen is, though it's kind of hard to tell with how I did the thermal test, is that it does heat evenly, which is important. And it'd be nice to have something to compare it to, but it does heat evenly. It does look like it heats at a nice, slow, consistent level. That is what you're looking for in something that's 5-ply. And as far as shape goes, so you want to see this. You want to be able to get your hands underneath and carry it. Something that would be more narrow. And the same thing goes with that lid. You've got a good space there. It's quality. It's got good riveting all throughout the unit. This is actually a very beautifully done Dutch oven with a rolled edge, etc. This made-in 4-quart 5-ply Dutch oven that's made by Rondeau for made-in. I think it's really a wonderful product. It's a little bit on the small side, but that's perfect for certain things, for certain dishes, for smaller soups. And definitely if you're just cooking for 1 or 2 people, I would have this in my stable if you are a serious cook.
All right, friends, we are cooking with the made-in pan. Kind of a funny name, but a very serious pan nonetheless. I do like the fact that it has very short handles here. That works great for cooking things inside the oven, as well as hanging it up. It doesn't take a lot of space. So, as you can see, things are moving along pretty well here. And ultimately what I'm doing is preparing some soup. So this is just a nice chicken soup with veggies in it. And this will be actually put into a soup maker. Now, one thing I'm noticing, I'm cooking here on an induction cooktop, and I have noticed this with one other pan. There's a slight bowing in the center. Very, very minimal on this one. Not enough to really hardly even matter. but I wanted to call it to your attention. Overall, performing very well. Seems to be heating well, as you can see, out on the sides even. So the last thing I wanted to share with you here is this comes with a nice lid, okay? I would have preferred a see-through glass lid, and I just happen to have one of those to show you how much nicer that looks. So, hey, if you're watching, manufacturers, made in, give us a glass lid option.
Tried everything to remove this lid, from extreme heat to extreme cold. I have a dinner in it and it will not open. I've had no response from the sellers.
Steam it so the chicken would finish, and the lid is seized onto the pan. I've tried screwdrivers, I've tried a crowbar, it won't twist, it is fused to the pan.